Hello and welcome to Walkaround Cars. Today we've got this, quite rare for us, E60 5 Series, but it's a 3-litre petrol with a 6-speed manual gearbox. So quite unusual, obviously ULEZ being the petrol version, and it just drives absolutely lovely, being a 6-speed manual with the 3-litre straight 6 engine. It's done 114,000 miles and it's going to be on the website very soon. It's not quite the normal thing I have, but it interests me because it's a manual and it's not going to be a lot of money, and I have enjoyed very much driving it around. It's lovely and smooth. It's got some nice options like soft close doors, front and rear. It's got all the sat nav and sound system you'd want. And it's ULEZ, so it's got the right history, and it's come from a very enthusiastic owner who's unfortunately had to move up to a 4x4 with the growing family and dogs and all sorts, so has reluctantly let it go. So it's with me to sell on his behalf, and I've just finished 3 or 4 days with this car. Obviously it's snow, all conditions, and it's performed perfectly. So I'll do a normal sort of close-up walk round. I've got it running just so you can hear how smooth and quiet it is. Starts on the button, gearbox, clutch, engine, all feel superb. Has got the odd mark, but it's at a different price point to my usual cars, but presents very well. So start at the front, all straight and correct. I think it looks to be a very original car. Bonnet's all good, there's no noticeable dings or dents in it at all on the bonnet. The usual couple of stone chips, but not many. Other marks, couple of areas of, scratch there. I'm just trying to point out everything, but that's it on the front. So, I think that's, considering the mileage and the price it's going to be, it presents very well indeed. Down the side, now all very straight. There's one little parking mark I can see in the rear door on the passenger side. We'll get to that. So we've got Continental tyres all round, all good. Alloys, only the odd minor mark. I'll just point out anything as I spot it. Little scratch there, and you've just got sort of the odd stone chip, but and on the door again, all the colour match across it, just the odd stone chip I'm going to point out. So I'll zoom out so you can see those. Soft closed doors, so shut it. That's on all 4. So the rear door, there's no stone chips. I did see a little mark on it earlier. I'm just going to try and get it in an angle so you'll see it. Yeah, so just there. You watch that. Really minor, and a dead man would get that out. And lastly, the rear, Continental tyres on the rear again. So rear alloy, odd minor mark as you can see there. Again, they present well. Again, excuse the sort of mud. It's been covered in snow up until today, so just trying to catch up. So there we are, rear angle, all good. Very straight apart from that thing I mentioned, and there's a little scratches there and there. Parking sensors all work, it's just been caught there, and I think it looks great in this colour. Just looks a modern car, very usable, and whoever gets it next is going to enjoy a nice smooth drive. So looking at the rear, it's the usual mark along here. I'll just go along for you, and nothing major at all. And again, if you boot lid's all good. If you enjoy sort of a weekend with a bit of polish, hand polish, you could go around and get a lot of that out, and obviously get the dent man out, and it would be a superb looking car. So driver's side, I'm looking down the side. I can see one minor mark in the driver's door. It's tiny, but I will point it out. But other than that, it's all good. Paintwork's uniform across the car. I'll show you before I start, better show you the roof. So it's non-sunroof, but obviously got ice cold aircon, heated seats. So here we are, rear corner. All all good. Mark wise, yes there is. There's a little mark there, little indentation there, and just a couple of stone chips on the back there, and one more tiny one there. But alloy again, presents well, you know, very few marks to mention on there again, all good. So rear door, again I'll do it at a different angle, I can't see anything to point out on that. Driver's door, I think I saw a little mark here somewhere. So you've got the odd mark along there which could be detailed in, touched in, and the mark I mentioned is just there. See, I'll try and get it at an angle. It's tiny. And lastly, let's do the front corner. So again, last alloy, nothing really to match out scratches or anything, all good. So I think you agree, it's not perfect, but it presents very well indeed. And it's just a rare car that interests me in 530 manual. Let's have a look inside. So, there we are. The mats as usual in the boot. So we've got extended leather on the door cards, and it's got the wood trim. Lovely condition. Got electric passenger seat there. They're heated as well, 3-stage heating. Carpets are all good. A nice toned down interior, and obviously there we are, 6-speed manual and all the usual controls you get on an E60, but I just think it's aged very well. Lots of armrests and cubby holes and cup holders. But let me just show you the seat. Okay, nice condition. So the rear, again similar, door card. It's not all scratched up or anything, it's lovely. Back of the seats are all good. It's been, you know, centre armrest there comes down. You've got there's a 2 cigarette there. We've actually got the blanking plates for those, and someone's put obviously a phone charger socket there. But all good. Rear headrests, and I'll do the headlining. It's all good. Yeah. Silk all round. The kick plates have not been corked. They're all good. So there we are. Let's have a look in the boots. Big old boots on these, so just pop up there. So obviously mats there. So you've got a big boot that goes back there, and obviously underneath you get the space saver spare, the toolkit and everything else is underneath on these. You can hear the parking sensors going mad there with me behind the car. So there we are. Door card again. Inside, just as good really. So, a really nice place to be. Plenty of leg room there. You know, the big old E60 series, very usable car, and as I say, it's not going to be a lot of money for one of these. There we are, door card. Again, very good. Minor bit of mark there on the handle, as you'd expect. GB sticker where they've used it for holidays, you can see. So it's got memory and electric seats on the front. Obviously multifunction steering, all the usual bits, auto lights, rain sensor wipers, all you'd expect. You've got your heated seats. I'll go in a bit more. So obviously the parking sensor active because we've been around the back. It certainly is kicking in nice now, the heater. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, minor obviously wear there, but it's very good for the age. It's on 114,000 miles. So let's just have a little look under the bonnet. So temperature, there's no temperature gauge on these actually, but you get a light if there's any issues. And to say, I've been driving it round and I'm very impressed with how well it drives. So again, still a bit condensation from where these cars were covered in snow and ice up until yesterday, but there we are. Hopefully you can hear. Sounds fine, performs very well indeed. It's really smooth up to speed. You hit the brakes at speed 60-70, no issues at all. So yeah, I think a great car. So BMW 530 manual, available at oldkernelcars.co.uk.